Oh, good morning. Welcome to another thought for the day about as we look at different carols. And I guess I should really have recorded this one at night with a clear starlit sky. But I looked in the weather forecast and I don't think we're going to get one of those for some time, certainly not here in Wolverhampton. So recorded it during the day, even though it came upon the midnight clear. I've called it the midnight not so clear because this is one of the carols for which people have written, adapted, modernised the words, updated the words. And that's always a bit of a mixed bag to me. There are times, I think, when the revised words bring a clarity that maybe some of the old words there, we simply didn't know what they mean. And they bring a clarity. And I think that certainly applies to the last verse of this carol, which we'll look at in a minute. So this year when we were going to sing it, I just went off to the website that has those updated words, pasted them in, and we took the modernised words. But then when we got to the service and we sang it, I thought, oh dear, they've made some other changes. Yeah, yes, they've got that last verse that I love, but there are other places where they've changed things in the ways that maybe make it less clear. And one of the things that those who update hymn words often do is to try and remove some of the sort of gender-specific language that talks about men all the time to make sure it applies to all of us. But what they did in the verse 3 of "It came upon the midnight clear" was interesting. The traditional words say that with the woes of sin and strife the world has suffered long. Beneath the angel strain of old, 2,000 years of wrong, that's fine. Then it carries on, and man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. And the updated words, because to try and avoid the idea of just it's only about men, changed man at war with man to say, and the nations still at war hear not. I was talking to Helen about this yesterday, and she said she picked this up, and she said the trouble with that is that takes it out there. The nations fighting. Yeah, well, that's not something that we do. She said when she'd heard the original words, "Man at war with man hears not," and she saw that applying to her. She saw that as a child, talking about the fight she had with her sister. Ironically, it says "man at war with man," and yet she heard in that something which is very personal to her, that the quarrels, the ways that we battle with each other. And so in the attempt to make the words clearer, I think in this case, those who update hymn words have taken them away from us, taken away the personal challenge, really, that the angels sang peace on earth. And yet we still quarrel with our sisters, with our brothers, with our neighbours, whether they're male or female. Man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men and women of strife, and hear the angels sing. That's a very personal message that I love to hear in this carol. But as I said, I also love the last verse. I mean, I love both versions of it. But I think the updated one has a certain power to it. When I first came across this, I couldn't sing it without tears welling up, really. Because this is what it says. And still the days are hastening on by prophets seen of old, towards the fullness of the time, when comes the age foretold. Not the age of gold, which I'm not quite sure what that's about. When comes the age foretold, the coming age is still coming. The days are hastening on towards that day. And what's going to happen then? Then earth and heaven renewed shall see the Prince of Peace, their King, and the whole world repeat the song which now the angels sing. And that line, earth and heaven renewed shall see the Prince of Peace, their King. That's the promise. That's the promise we look forward to, when there will be a new heaven and a new earth and heaven renewed. But not just renewed to make the put right, but renewed to be brought into the presence of the Prince of Peace. That's when true peace will come, when all the world repeats the song the angels sing, when all the world sings glory and gives glory and honour to Jesus. That's when true peace will come. That's when man and woman at war with woman and man will truly lay down their arms, and peace will come. And that's a wonderfully inspiring vision. And earth and heaven renewed shall see the Prince of Peace, their King. And the whole world repeat the song which now the angels sing. So as you have the words maybe of carols going through your head this Christmas, may it challenge you to be ready for the day when the Prince of Peace will come and reign, and all fighting and quarrelling and wars will come to an end. God bless, and I'll see you again tomorrow.